Hey, this is Manny with Not Waiting to Live, and in this video I've got a great car buying tip. So this is going to work for people who've never bought a car before, people that have bought 10 cars before. Whether you're buying a new car, used car, doesn't matter. I think this tip is so useful that no matter what your experience level is, you're going to feel compelled to use it. As always, click the like button. This is the way the YouTube algorithm picks up my content, gives my channel more exposure. I really think I'm being overlooked here because I've got some great advice on how to negotiate vehicle price on this channel. You can check those videos out where I cover different topics. But today, the question I'm going to answer is a question I get a lot. How much can I expect to save by waiting? So maybe it's October and you're waiting until December. You want to know how much is at stake? How much can you save? Maybe it's January, you want to wait till May. How much can you save? I'm going to answer that question for you, and more importantly, I'm going to give you the tools to do that for yourself. Because as anything in life, the answer depends. And the simple answer depends on what you're buying and when you're buying it. So is it 1 year old, 3 years old, 5 years old? There are certainly external market factors, and I talk about that in more up-to-date current videos, where we look at those kind of external economic factors. We're leaving that out. We're going to assume that that's considered equal. And we're just going to look at what you're buying and when you're buying. And I really believe that information and assumption alone is still going to be useful no matter what the market is doing. So the site that I use to answer this question is caredge.com. Now their site changes around a bit. It actually, even within the last year or two, it was called even a different name. It might have been Used Car First, I believe. But what they give you access to on this website for free is the depreciation, the residual values of specific vehicles over time. So navigating their site, you can see through the research page that if you find the manufacturer that you're looking for and then a specific model that you're looking for, you can see how that vehicle loses value over time. So a Ford Escape, for example, a vehicle that I've owned in the past, I purchased new almost 7 years ago now. You can see that why the question of how old the vehicle is and when you're buying it matters. You look at this car, it loses on average 22% of its value in the first year. So are we talking about waiting out the first year, or are we talking about waiting between year 3 and 4, where you'll see that the car loses between year 3 and 4 about 12% of value relative to MSRP. So in terms of waiting over time, a simple way to look at this, and not an oversimplification, but a simplified way to look at it is to say, okay, well, if the car loses on average 12% of value over the course of a year, we can generally assume it loses about 1 percentage point per month. So if you're looking at 1 percentage point per month, and what's that worth 3 months from now relative to the price of your car? Well, let's see. I got a calculator out here. I thought I had the answer handy for me, but 3% on a $30,000 car is $900. That can change depending on what you're buying. So we can look at another car here, a Mercedes E-Class. This was a very popular commercial lease. This is a car that businesses like to buy new, and once the leases expire, they come back on the market. By year 3, that car has lost 50% of its value. So somebody looking at a Mercedes E-Class, that's when a lot of value buyers enter the market. That value holds really well over the course of year 3 to year 4. So someone might ask the question, well, how much can I expect to save by waiting 3 months? Well, if you're in that little pocket, not much, because it's selling for about the same price at year 3 as it would in year 4. There's really almost no depreciation for that very specific window. It continues to depreciate on after that, because at some point people will start to be concerned about the cost of repairs on luxury German automobiles. So a different style of vehicle that might come across as an example is a Toyota Tacoma. This is one of the top 5 value holders in the vehicle market. You get a Tacoma, 4Runner, but Jeep Wrangler. These vehicles hold their value very well. So the Tacoma only loses about almost 13% in the first year. That's nothing. So if you get 13% off MSRP when you buy it new, you're breaking even. I mean, you really got the first year value loss negotiated right out of the gate. But then if you move on, looking through years 3 and 4, that's probably a similar situation. Negligible residual value loss, just because the secondary market for that is so strong. The demand is greater, or the demand at that price point is greater than the new production is. And whatever car you're looking for, the logic plays out the same. So you use caredge.com or another site like it. I'm not aware of any currently, but I'm sure there might be or one day will be. Use that information to make an estimate of how much a vehicle is going to lose value in the year that you're trying to buy it. So whether it's 1 year old, 3 years old, 8 years old, 12 years old, what does it look like? Then as a simplification, divide it by the months per year. So if it's going to lose a 0.5 percentage point per month and the MSRP was $30,000, okay, you might save $450, $500 by waiting 3 months. You want to wait 6 months, double that. But that just gives you an expectation, a realistic expectation of how much value is at stake by waiting. Because I know that's a common question. So what car are you shopping for right now? Let me know in the comment section. I'll hop in there, give you my 2 cents of what I think dealers will accept for that vehicle in today's market. And as always, I cover the basics of vehicle negotiation on my channel. Even things like this, I hop into the more nitty-gritty details, but I've got it all covered. Pretty much any question that you're gonna have related to car negotiation, you're gonna get the best answer on my channel. So thanks for your time.